My name is Jordan B. Aquino Jr. from Rosales, Pangasinan. I'm 35 years old and I was born on September 11, 1988. I graduated in PNP in the year 2008 and at the age of 21, I entered the Philippines National Police as a police lieutenant year 2011, worked in the Federal Bureau of Investigation and become a fingerprint analysis and examiner till now. On my 12 years of experience, I already examined almost 150 fingerprints case and most of it are presented on courts. I'm confidence matters expert witnesses are subject to disposition and often cross-exam by opposing counsel regarding how to they came to their opinion. What is more expert witnesses may have to testify in the front of the judge of jury their opinion needs to be believed by people who are not familiar with the specialty confident expert sends a message that they believe their opinion at the means the judge of jury should as well. An expert who is not confident about their opinion can send message that the judge or the jury should have a reason to doubt what they are saying which cause them to look to other side's expert. For 35 question, number 1 is epidermal range refer to the raised patterns of skin found on the surface of the fingertips, palms, the soles of feet and toes. This ridge also commonly known as a fingerprints. Number 2, yes, the patterns of the range can be classified into the different types such loops, words, and arts, which are used in forensic science and biometric identification system for the individual recognition. Number 3, furrows are essentially the space of or valleys that separate the epidermal range. They are create distinct patterns along with the range as and contribute the uniqueness and individual's fingerprint. Number 4, refers to the unique details or characteristic found within the range patterns of fingerprint. These points as a range endings and range bifurcation are used for individual identification and comparison purposes. Miniche can define as the points we are the red lines or fork. Number 6, they are 3 layers. Number 7, according to criteria, including age, gender, and the individual variance, the typically weakness of the skin of familiar side palm of young hand can differ, but generally speaking, the skin on the palmar side of the hand to be thicker than the skin and other parts. Number 8, poroscopy has been performed using the optical microscope or the specialized poroscopy lens to magnify and observe the sweet parts of fingerprint impressions. Number 9, widely accepted and essentially proven method of identification due to unique to each individual. Number 10, link impressions are commonly used forensic and law enforcement application, especially when the electronic fingerprint the capture device or the scanners are not available or practical. 11. Latent prints are the important source of the evidence in the forensic investigations as they link individuals to crime the scene's object or their piece of evidence. Number 12. The arrangement structure of the range and furrows on the surface of fingerprint are referred to as the finger patterns. They are patterns regions play to key role and distinctiveness and fingerprints are crucial and forensic investigation for the identification. 13. The range as valleys found in the fingerprint are generally arranged or form patterns scaled the fingerprint patterns according to their general structure. Trace these patterns and the divide to the number of categories. Endoscopy is the technique of the identifying of people of looking at the distinct failures of hands at the found along edge of individual fingerprint ridge. Apparent similarity is essential aspect of the fingerprint compression process as prompts the further constraint and investigation by experts. Number 16, they are the determine the minimum list of details of points needed to confirm a positive identification and a fingerprint analysis. 17. The foundation for the fingerprint analysis and the investigation is by the fundamental principle of fingerprint identification, often known as the basic premise. This assumption serves as the foundation for the validity and the indelibility of the fingerprints as a biometric identification method. Thought is the not process science fingerprint identification, regarded as a very trustworthy and accurate the science. 19. Latent impression. Fingerprint that was accidentally left on surface cannot be precisely dated, are not reliable ways to precisely calculated amount of time that a face since latent impression was deposited. It allows forensics experts to transport the prints to the laboratory or examination facility or further analysis of comparison of potential identification. Latent prints are the transfer from surface to a suitable media of the preparation of examination through procedure called latent print and lifting. Number 22. It is a commonly used crime since on various surface like glass, plastic, metal, or paper, where fingerprints way behind the individuals envelop the criminal activities. It worth nothing that the selection of the development method depends on factors like the nature of the surface, the age of the print, of the resource available, and the forensic laboratory. 24. Latent prints with unsent fingerprints leaf surface can last for a variety of times, depending on the environment, the surface, and the question. 25. Smudging and happen when a finger moves or slide across a surface that contains a weight or viscous substance such as link oil, or sweat, or dirt. During the analysis rule, fingerprint forensic expert examine the pattern, types such loops, whorls, or arches, locate and compare the minute points present in the print. It acknowledges that the individuals have the exact same range patterns, ending range bifurcation, and their characteristic present in their fingerprints. Focal points also assess and distinguish different variations and the types of patterns within the same category. Fingerprint identification remains one of the most real. 29. Fingerprint identification remain of the most real. It is theoretically possible that the prints of the developed could be prints. Fingerprint examination involves a combination of scientific analysis, the expert judge, and comparison to known prints of databases of the reasons to suspect for patterns or evidence suggests that temperature pattern investigation and analysis will be the necessary of a certain authenticity of the prints. Is a chemical reagent commonly used the development of latent fingerprints on porous surface. It with the amino acids present sa fingerprint as with of special targeting amino acid compound of containing primary amines when the inherently applied to a surface containing latent prints reacts the amino acids, producing purple of brownish of color, which makes a latent prints visible. Number 33. The scientific for the directory of 1:9. Number 34. The dye of foaming method as a technique of the developed latent of fingerprint on non-porous surface such as glass, metal, or plastic. In this method, solid iodine crystals are heated the processing iodine the vapors with the fatty acids and oils present of the latent present the result causing a chemical reactions that the results in the formation of burning iodine crystals of surface. This crystal enhance the visibility of the latent prints and allow to be photographed or lifted of further analysis. 35. Sebaceous oil, also known as sebum, an oily substance produced by the sebaceous glands and the skin and acts the protective barrier and the lubricant for the skin and hair. The sebaceous oil and natural present and fingerprint and may contribute the visibility and preservation latents.